Wednesday, February 26th. A few months after I first woke up, and my side effects seem to be getting worse. A few bursts of hallucinations don't help the situation either. The doctor suggested that I have a journal to write down my thoughts, so he got me this. I still don't understand why this happened to me. A boy, 13 years old, kinda talks at war of ever-escalating proportions between death and his body's will to live. The doctor said I should be dead. He doesn't know I overheard his conversation with the nurse, exclaiming his concern about what happened to me. Turns don't help when you're awful at whispering. You would think a man with a PhD would know that. Honestly, I'm scared and can't tell anyone about it. I don't quite remember what happened. I only remember a bright yellow flash. After that is just darkness. Darkness and screaming. The doctor is supposed to check my journal every Friday so he can check on my emotional state. Even though I like Dr. Walls, I don't want him knowing how I overheard his chat with the nurse. I'm planning on losing my journal to get a new one tomorrow. It's time for me to stop and get some sleep. Oh, and before I go, I'm Simon Rosebud. Wednesday, March 10th. 67 days in the hospital and my family still hasn't come to see me. Am I contagious? Is that the problem? I try to ask the doctors what's wrong with me, but they don't even give me real answers. Sometimes they look away pretending they don't hear me, and other times they give me vague half responses. Sometimes I want to get up and hit them for keeping me in the dark about my own health. Other times I just want to walk straight out of the door, leave the hospital for good and make it back home. Back to the warm smiles, around a warm dinner, before sleeping in my warm bed. Don't get the wrong idea, I don't hate it here. I just miss home. What little of it I remember. Sometimes I wonder if they're false memories. After all, why would a family of such warm smiles leave their kid in the hospital without as much as a visit? I watched the rain hit my window today. I know it sounds dumb, but seeing how the drops slide down the glass like tears felt relatable. Like something else was sharing my troubles. Felt comfortable in a strange way. By nighttime, the rain had stopped and left only the glowing moon. It was a quarter moon tonight. I think I'm gonna stop writing now and just relax in the light. Friday, March 28th. I almost got caught taking out my notebook this time. I'm getting tired of keeping track of both of these. I thought that I heard someone crying in the hall today. It was faint, and I'm not sure if it was another hallucination. On the brighter side of things, Nurse Mara said that I may be starting physical therapy in a couple of months. It's been over a quarter of a year since I last used my legs, I assume. I'm not even sure if they'll support my body anymore. The best I can do is hope for the best and try. Nurse Mara says that when I was brought here, I was in good form, so I may be able to get back to how I was. But even if my body goes back to normal, most of my symptoms are mental. I've been starting to get headaches. They don't hurt too much, it just gets tight. Also, my hallucinations are happening more. Besides that, today was my first test day to see how healthy I am. Dr. Walls said that my temperature was rising to a normal level, and that my blood pressure was still low, but getting better. The reason I'm here is vague. Like doctors are vague. Why is everything so vague? Wednesday, April 2nd. Morning. I had a dream. I'm putting it down so I don't forget it. I was better. I wasn't just better, I was walking. No, I was running. I was up and sprinting down the stairs. It was amazing. When I reached the bottom of the stairs, Dr. Walls and Nurse Mara pointed me towards the door with warm smiles on their faces. I walked closer and closer towards the door. My hands pushed it open, but nothing was there. Nothing but the sky. The giant yellow moon stared back at me behind thin clouds. It seemed to copy every emotion I made without expression. I looked down and saw that there was no ground. It was just the hospital and the sky. Night. I heard the crying again. This time it was louder. It was still quiet, but it wasn't as quiet. It went on for longer too. I told Dr. Walls and he said it was just due to stress. Dr. Wallace and I watched a cartoon on his phone. We did this sometimes because he knew I would be bored. Dr. Wallace and Nurse Mara were always the kindest and cared about my feelings. The show we watched was about a group of young heroes living and fighting together. I didn't like this episode. It was the last one ever and it left on a cliffhanger. Dr. Wallace said we would find a new show. But I don't want a new show. I want to continue this one. Saturday, April 12th. This will be my 100th entry. I hadn't remembered much of my family when I first woke up, but what little memory I had is now going away. The smiles that once greeted me in my daydreams had changed. They looked the same, but only brought the feeling of hurt and betrayal. The family I waited for every day is becoming something that only crossed my mind every once in a while. I'm watching the moon again. The soft light that enters my room helps me calm down. Nurse Mara gave me some comic books to read. She said that they were her favorites when she was a kid. I thanked her for the new stuff to read. I wanted to ask about my family and why they hadn't visited or called, but instead of potentially ruining the moment of kindness with a question that has proven to silence the room, I just thanked her for the books. She gave me a lot of suggestions on which comic books to read first, and she said that they shouldn't take long because of my situation. The books seem a lot older than Nurse Mara, so I wonder how she found so many. Anyway, they seem fun to read, and I think that will make being here more bearable. I'm going to get some rest. Good night.
Hello, it's Wing It Fang. Merry Christmas. Or it was supposed to be, but I got sidetracked. But you guys should have known that, seeing how often I upload. You're lucky I was this close to schedule. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this, and I can't wait for 2021. I will promise I will upload more than 2 videos next year. Alright, see you guys later. Brr.